Well, what do you think of these brownies? These are the brownies I've been talking about today on Secret Kitchens of New Jersey. The ultimate brownies right now. Okay, as promised, we're in the Secret Kitchens of New Jersey and we're making brownies. Now, we're making brownies from a box, but we're going to really elevate them absolutely about 5 different levels higher. And there's a lot of information in the description so you can figure out yourself what do you want to do with your brownies. Now, I have a package of box brownies. It's out of the box because you know what? It really doesn't matter which brand you have. The technique is really all the same. We're going to be doing some swaps. So, for example, the brownies that I have call for the pouch of the mix, which we have right here, a third of a cup of water, and we're going to substitute half and half. You could use milk, but I just happen to have half and half. Instead of one egg, we're going to use one egg and one extra egg yolk. We're going to make it a little more rich. And a third of a cup of vegetable oil. Now you can substitute a third of a cup of butter, and that would be the absolute ultimate, but I'm going to just use the vegetable oil because I'm making so many other swaps. And my oven is preheating to 325. Now, regardless of what it says on the box of brownie that you're using, we're going to bake these at a low oven, 325. We want these to cook low and slow for ultimate gooiness. All right, so here's what we do. So we're going to take the egg and the extra egg yolk, not 2 eggs. Remember, an egg and an extra egg yolk. I'm putting in my third of a cup of oil. Okay. Half and half, and we're going to mix. All right, now we're also going to add some vanilla. Vanilla is such a fabulous flavor enhancer for chocolate. You really want to, I'm going to do a good splash, which maybe amounts to a good healthy teaspoon, all right? And we're going to mix that in as well. Already it's smelling delicious here. All right, for me, the next thing we're going to do, we're dissolving all of this in the liquid. I'm using some espresso powder. You might not have espresso powder. If you don't, you can always take some instant coffee crystals, grind them really fine. Now, coffee is a really, again, like vanilla, a super flavor enhancer for chocolate. Now, if you use too much of the coffee flavor, you will get that mocha feeling to your brownies or whatever you're doing. I'm going to use a nice heaping teaspoon, and that, oh, it smells fantastic. And that's just going to give me, oh, there's my oven, preheated to, as I said, 325. All right, so I want to mix this up, get it dissolving into my liquid. Okay, there we go. The coffee, the espresso powder is nicely dissolved. Now, once I have all of my liquids ready, now I'm going to take the brownie pouch and I'm going to fold that in nicely. Let me get a scissor here because I don't want chocolate brownie mix all over me and all over the secret kitchen. All right, so let's get this in. All right, so not going to use the whisk for that. Put the whisk over here. All right, so now I have a spatula, flour child, and we're just going to fold this in. Now, I know in a lot of recipes it tells you, or it doesn't tell you, but a lot of times people just put all the ingredients in and beat it all up together, but you can see I'm not doing that. I did the liquids first, and then I'm folding this in. All right, so we want to get this nicely folded in so there's no streaks. No streaks of the brownie mix. All right, so now the best part, the add-ins. And remember, check the description because I've got lots of ideas for you how to elevate your brownies, whatever you want to do. Now, this brownie mix that I'm using, like so many of them, came with some chocolate chips already in there, but I want to add a lot more. So first of all, brownies and nuts, definitely. So I've got probably a little more than a cup of walnuts here. You don't like walnuts, use whatever nuts you want. You don't like nuts, it's okay, leave them out. I've got some raisins here also, about a cup of raisins. For me, everything starts with a cup and then you can add from there. All right, now I can add some more chocolate chips, and in fact, I will. But what I really want to do, let me kind of mix this a little. So chocolate chips have stabilizers in them, and that's why they don't totally melt when you bake them. You might not realize that. So in order to get those nice little pools of chocolate, what you need to do is you need to take a chocolate bar, and I have some 70% chocolate here, and I'm going to add that right in. And that's going to give me those pools of chocolate that kind of melt throughout the brownies. All right, now these brownies are going to be highly decadent, which, I mean, it's a brownie. It should be, right? Go big or go home. That's what I say. All right, so these are nicely mixed. So here's what we're going to do. Clear the deck a little bit. I have my 8x8 brownie pan like everybody else does. And I'm going to take a little bit of cooking spray. I'm going to spray the bottom. And to that, I'm going to put some parchment paper in here because otherwise it's going to be very difficult to get the brownies out. And what's the point if you can't get the brownies out? So now let's get them in the pan. I'm going to tell you, this is really heavy. There's a lot of stuff in here. So let's get this in here, doing our best not to spill it all over the joint. These are going to make incredible brownies. Wow, this is heavy. So we've got raisins, we've got nuts, and we've got extra chocolate chips, and we've got the probably a good solid candy bar in here as well. By the way, if I didn't say it already, that candy bar was 70% chocolate, and that's like a nice kind of a good balance of bitter and sweet. It's going to be nice. So I am just kind of getting this nice and smooth, as you can see. Wow, this is heavy. All right, so now here's the important thing. This is going in the oven at 325. Now, whatever directions your brownie says to do, and it says for me on an 8x8 pan, it's going to take 45 to 50 minutes. Now remember, we're doing this at a low temperature, 325. The goal here is to underbake your brownies by at least a couple of minutes for maximum ooey gooey chocolatey richness. If you bake them till they're completely done, you're going to miss out on all of that. Everyone's oven is different. So I'm going to put these in the oven. I'm going to check these at about 40 minutes, see what's happening. After they come out of the oven, we've got to let them cool for a good amount of time before we can even cut them. And I recommend you either put them in the fridge or better yet, put them in the freezer for maybe about 30 minutes, take them out, and they'll be a lot easier to slice. So let's get these in the oven. They'll cool down, and then when they're done, we'll get together again, all right? Well, my brownies are done, and seriously, take a look at this. This is, they took about, just about 45 minutes in the oven. They were still, not 100% set in the middle. I took them out. I put them in the freezer for 30 minutes. I feel they could have stayed in the freezer a little bit longer, maybe 40 minutes. And then I sliced them up because my company is going to enjoy them tonight. And here they are. And I'll tell you, I used an 8x8 pan, so they're nice and thick. I mean, whoa, take a look at this thing. They are packed with nuts, raisins, lots and lots of chocolate. Because we use that, the chocolate bar, and we cut it up. It's all these pools of chocolate. I mean, these are pretty decadent. I'm not going to lie, but they're brownies. Brownies should be decadent. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm. Super chocolatey, obviously. The slightest hint of the espresso powder, because I did use a lot. Mm. Wow. Check the description because I've got lots and lots of ideas for you to make your own version of ultimate brownies. There's so many different ways to do this. So make some brownies. Let me know in the comments what you decide to do. Please like and subscribe. We've got lots more content coming your way. We'll see you next time on the Secret Kitchens of New Jersey. Bye, everyone.